Which would you do if you mind your family had rotated in rats and mice? Or if you had the France illness? Or had anxiety in witches? In 16th age England, you might include attended two celeb doctors, Simon Forman and Richard Napier. Following 10 years of study, Cambridge historians are digitizing several of their patient accounting records, show how they ordered sorcery as medical. The accounting records as well show patients' creature said to carry corpse pigeons as slippers. Down there are 80,000 individual instance notes, of the 1590s to the 1630s, in which is outlined as one of the largest such a historic care collections in life. But they include been well hard to decrypt and a crew of Cambridge College researchers consumable year transcribing their table of contents, in 500 creature digitized, put in available British and done accessible on the internet. These offer an understanding in the natural and psychological anxieties of Shakespeare England, if creature, traction in a foil in his secret components, or affliction of creature, mopish or longing. Professor Lauren Castle, who led the study, describes the illnesses and cures as a worm in the slovenly and mysterious planet of 17th age medical, sorcery and the occultic. Sorcery seemed to be a considerable worry about, accused by patients for an entire band of ailments and in the notes manufacturing linked to a quantity of witches who had been executed as a outcome. Professor Castle says both of doctors and patients excited smoothly among the natural planet, astrologer, sorcery and religious, all of that were blended along to go up in remedies. How witches or wrong alcohol had inflicted and disease would include been completely plausible at the period, she says, in Resist Curses accessible. In one of the cases, wrong alcohol had overtaken a patient so how he stored abusive human beings by shouting, "Kiss a mine ass." Though by the standards of 17th age medical, several of their approaches were seen as eccentric. Professor Castle says Richard Napier would frequently get additional assist by advising angels. But it wasn't ever nice news story. One patient was taking into account the quite grim worldview of an angelic advisor, he will die soon. Simon Forman, an astrologist and physician, caused a various kind of suspect, in his vigorous caring of renowned patients, figure the mistrust of actual physicians. If any of the cures treated, Professor Castle says, is a facility issue. In the background of the period, these were efforts by human beings to surmount problems, she says. If they accompanied the guideline to use leeches of Beaconsfield quite rather than Dorchester, did it do them sense superior? Human beings ever wish to do thing on an disease, she says. Though if the cures appear unbelievable, it is hard to evaluate the gain of departure to get assist and speaking on problems. Psychological health problems are frequently grown, if human beings earning depressed symptoms, by the sticker of longing, or some reiterated references to lunatics. Down there were frequently severe treatments, in human beings creature connected and discreet, and one man who declared to be wrongly charged of insanity concerned he would be bagged as a madman. Venereal diseases as well seemed to be common, in lot cases speaking on which was named the France illness. A patient affliction of the syphilis in boils and itchy was ordered a conjunction consisting roses, violets, cooked crabs and reindeer manure. Professor Castle says lot of cases might appear hardly. Yet though the odd things might rotate out to be entrenched in fact, she says. In one instance, a female was outlined as baby puppies. Professor Castle says the would include been seen as a wide allusion on sorcery, but it was as well the instance how if female had problems feeding, down there was a national faith in with puppies to promote the stream of breast milk. How yet might not explanation the treatment of dove slippers, that quite virtually implicated discovery up pigeons to add to a patient's feet. The lighting throw on 17th age community by the case books is both of vital and harassing, Professor Castle says. In one path, it's a very terrible type, but on else, down there is the pleasant ministerial community, she says. It as well shows a really various ideology, residing shut to the nature, environmental and suffused deep in religious and mystic beliefs. Down there was no gap among the religious and the nature, Professor Castle says, and human beings excited among the two realms. The transcriptions so far are the end of the berg, she adds. Down there are thousands of pages of mysterious scribble complete of starry attribute, and transcribing the entire gallery would get else 20 year.